guys, what is up and welcome to this week's video. So in honour of the Bohemian Rhapsody UK DVD/Blu-ray release, I thought I would talk a little bit more in detail about the film Bohemian Rhapsody. So because I am a huge Queen fan, I was a huge Queen fan before the film's release. Like all Queen fans, I did a lot of comparisons, even though everyone in the comments down below is probably going to be now yelling at me saying,
Sammy, I thought you liked it. I thought you said it was only a film and only a biopic.
yes, still regardless, I love the film. I don't want people to think that this is me hating on Bohemian Rhapsody as a film. Because I'm reading Queen Unseen and I've read a number of other Queen and Freddie Mercury books, I thought I would ask, who is missing from Bohemian Rhapsody? A lot of people interacted with Queen during their early years, through their tour years, through the years where Freddie was really poorly. There's so many people, and obviously the film couldn't cover them all. I think as well, in my media filmmaker mind that I have, I do always wonder what else the film could have covered if they could have included just some of these characters. So the first person who I think is majorly missing from Bohemian Rhapsody is Peter Freestone. For those who don't know, Peter Freestone was actually a stylist for Queen in the 70s, but then later became Freddie's personal assistant. He had great involvement in the film. If you watch the behind the scenes footage of the DVD, he's there on set. He did really help with the making of the film, but I keep on wondering, why isn't he in the film? He of course was Freddie's main attachment to the Royal Ballet, because Peter Freestone used to work with the Royal Ballet, and then of course Peter was a big role in Freddie's life. He was there on tour with Freddie. Peter Freestone was there when Freddie passed away. He was there in the later years of Freddie's life when he became really poorly, and him and Jim kind of nursed Freddie. Please do inform me in the comments down below if you do know the reason why Peter Freestone's not involved in it. I don't know exactly what Peter's relationship with Paul was either. I think as well, like Paul being the main villain of the film also is a good way to show Freddie's isolation and loneliness, and I think maybe if Peter was involved in a role in the film, then I think maybe people would have said, oh, you know, he wasn't totally alone and things like that. But yet again, I can probably understand why he is missing. So another person who I think is missing from Bohemian Rhapsody is Reinhold Mack. Now I know that people are going to be saying in the comments, Sally, Mack is in the film. Yes, he is in the film to us Queen fans who know it's him, but to the normal person who doesn't even know who Mack is, they won't have a clue. So for those who don't know, Reinhold Mack was Queen's producer for a lot of their albums. He also worked on Freddie's solo album. So in the film, the producer who's at the mixing desk, who has long hair, that is meant to be Mack. Now, I've seen a video of Mack's son Freddie Mercury's godson and John Deacon's godson. I heard that he was actually quite disappointed with the film because it deeply lacked his father's role. Mack always claimed that the reason why Freddie started to settle down a bit more and wasn't quite into his party scene was due to Mack and his family. You know, Mack was a big family man and also made Freddie godfather to one of his children, and it was that aspect of things that Mack always said changed Freddie's direction of him calming down and wanting to settle down and things like that. I do agree with Freddie Mac on this. I think that Mack was a big part of Queen's music, especially in the 80s era of Queen. I know that a lot of people will be kind of saying, yeah, but is he like a big role that you count as? Yes. He also went to all of these big parties of Queen in a lot of backstage footage. I think they did miss a bit of a trick with that. So the other person who I know that a lot of Queen fans might be disappointed that I am listing in this video is Barbara Valentine. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her second name right. Barbara Valentine. Valentine. For those who don't know, Barbara was apparently involved in a relationship with Freddie in the 80s. She was extremely opposite to Mary Austin, I guess you could say. She was a good friend of Freddie's, and depending on which rumour you hear, it was apparent that they were involved in a sexual relationship together. But she was considered Freddie's other female lover. She was a German film actress She's also featured in the It's a Hard Life video. She's the one with the feather boas. That's Barbara Valentine. But I think I can possibly understand why she isn't in the film. Due to reputation of both Barbara has also passed and Freddie. I think in retrospect of that, there are different stories in the Queen history about Barbara's role in Freddie's life. She was the gateway between Freddie and his boyfriend, which was before Jim, Winnie. She was the translator because Freddie couldn't speak a word of German and Winnie couldn't speak a word of English, so she was their interpreter in some ways. Different people say different things about her relationship with Freddie, and basically say that she was the other Mary Austin, when really we know that no one really compared to Mary Austin to Freddie. There is a lot of focus of Mary and Freddie in Bohemian Rhapsody, so I can also understand that another woman in the mix could also make her out to be quite a villainous role, when really Barbara just loved Freddie as well. Next up is Peter Straker, who was Freddie's best friend. The pair were apparently absolutely inseparable. I think he was a West End star. Unfortunately, near the end of Freddie's life, their relationship did break apart, but Peter and Freddie had the greatest adventures ever. They were never romantically involved, they were just absolutely best friends. If you want a character who is quite isolated and alone, can't really have them having a lot of best friends apart from the Queen members, because I think as well this film is trying to show that Queen were a family, and if you start including random people here, there and everywhere, you kind of lose that aspect of things, so it's understandable why he's not featured in the film as well. There are tens of thousands of other possibilities and people who could have been featured in Bohemian Rhapsody, some of which are music idols. So obviously Freddie was good friends with Elton John, he recorded with Michael Jackson, they recorded with David Bowie. You know, you could have included all of these different stars, but once you start adding in another fan franchise of another music legend, I think you've got another problem on your hands. It kind of diverts from that. You're dealing with real people, you're dealing with their families, you're dealing with the aspect that this isn't their life story, and that Michael Jackson fans and David Bowie fans and Elton John fans might be going, oh, this person doesn't look like this person, or whatever. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do not forget to click that thumbs up button. And for those who are new to my channel, please don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I shall see you in a video very soon. Bye!